OTF Global Podcast, Season 1 finale. From the dust to the stars. Yeah. Black Cowboys riding, history ignored. Boots in the dirt, yeah, we still keep score. New Mexico nights, UFO skies, truth in the shadows, facts don't hide. Bleak on the road, there's a wind talking. Billy the Kid goes when the headlights cross him. Roswell signs say truth still sealed. YDL parked up, got something to reveal. Stephen A. loud, politics louder, everybody got takes. We had the powder. Dust, stars, static, season going out loud.
Welcome
OTF
back
Global
to the
finale
OTF
right now.
Global Podcast. I'm your host Blek, and you know I'm with my man DL. What's up, man?
What's up,
It's
my brother?
O10.
How you be, man?
I'm good, man.
That's a
Hey,
wrap.
one season down in the books. This is episode 10. How you feeling about that, man?
Long time coming, boy. I feel pretty good about it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Um, as always, where you at and where you headed to?
Man, I ain't headed no goddamn way. I'm stuck at this goddamn terminal, waiting for my DOT physical to clear so I can get rolling again. You feel me?
Okay. Yeah, so I was in tech.
I am playing with my new technology though, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
You got a lot of gifts, huh?
And shout out to you, dog, for pushing back on me when I was pushing back on Loki. I ain't gonna get no goddamn Loki. I'm having a ball with this shit, man.
Oh, Lucky. You say Loki.
Look,
I think it depends on the person how you pronounce it. Because I have heard people call it a Loki. Some people call it Lucky, but whatever. Tomato.
it's pronounced Loki. I
Lucky.
just be messing up. Yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
Loki.
Well, you ain't the only one who fucking up. So, but yeah, man. For those who don't know, Lucky is a AI companion that I wear while trucking, and I told DL about it. He just got his, and it's a dope piece of technology. It pretty much video logs or vlog your whole day while you out here trucking or doing whatever. You could do, what you don't got to use it for trucking. You use it for whatever you want. For numerous of things, but it's pretty much a smart vlogging AI device that you could record video, and it does it by itself. Has about 13 hours of battery life, and so you're
So-
pretty much good to go. You set it and forget it type thing.
Asked the Loki AI. I asked the Loki AI. I said, listen, can you refer to my truck as the Lion's Den? Loki said, oh, no problem. I'm gonna go back. You want me to go back and tag everything that? I said, yes. And then I said, yeah, refer to me as the funky truck, as the funky trucker, man, your old school Sigma. No problem. I got you. And then went back and tagged everything.
Damn. Oh, yeah, look, you just told me something. See, you actually had time to sit down and I guess discover it more about it. But hey, you just told me something, so I'm gonna do the same damn thing.
Man.
No problem. So another thing, what I was on, so this video logs your whole day. It really is a truly a genius thing to be able to pretty much have a vlogging device hanging around your neck, clipped to your shirt, and pretty much picking up everything you're doing throughout the day. It definitely will remind you of some things, you know what I mean? But I'm digging it so far.
Yeah. From an old school perspective, man, a lot of older guys don't push back on it because we ain't used to technology being, all up in our grills like that. And for you guys that don't do technology, that want to stay dinosaurs, go for it, man. Ain't nobody, forcing nothing on it. But I'm gonna tell you, man, for me, I'm a gadget person anyway. I like gadgets, right? And I feel a lot of technology is good, some of it is bad, but you ain't gonna know which is which if you don't get involved with it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think the Looky device, it can have its hiccups, I'm sure, like anything else. But right now, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Hell yeah. Look, we're gonna stop there because we ain't giving them no free press and they ain't giving us nothing. But
Well, actually, we probably should hit them up for some reviews if they want some reviews.
oh yeah, for sure. We can always do that. But Yeah, I'm actually traveling from Texas, going through New Mexico. That's gonna loop back around into Texas. So, you know, I think this is pretty much the region and the home of the Cowboys. And I know something that's gonna pique your interest for sure. I just stopped. I just stopped maybe about, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes ago. Right there, it's called Hondo, New Mexico. That's where
I
Billy,
already know about Hondo.
yeah, Billy the Kid, and if y'all know about the movie Young Guns and Young Guns 2, that was my shit back in the day.
The
Um,
home of the Lincoln County Wars.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, John Thomas.
So, and I know you,
Man.
and I know your old ass love some cowboy shit. You know what I mean? So,
Man, what you talking about? Boy, watch your mouth. Watch your young ass mouth.
now when I was coming up, my father had me he used to always sit us down and watch old westerns and shit like that. So I kind of, grew an affinity for it myself. I mean, of course, back then it was kind of like whatever, but you know, coming up, I started getting into it, especially once Young Guns 1 and 2 came out. That was my shit. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. But the funny thing about Young Guns, man, and Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett and all those jokers, man. As much as I love those movies, man. Okay, so it's no joke that John Wayne was a staunch racist, right?
Yeah.
But he played in a cowboy movie called The Searchers, right? And I'm almost positive that he had no clue that the role he was playing was actually a black man.
From the movie The Searchers.
From the movie The Searchers. The
Now
role
who was he? Who was he playing?
was based on a black man. I forgot the character's name, man, but he what happened was a group of indigenous folks had kidnapped the dude's wife, and he got with his boys and they went out hunting for it. And that started one of the first wars between the so-called American Indian and the I'm gonna go ahead and say it, the black folks, because we was pitted against each other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah, and
It's just funny, like knowing certain things like that or seeing it, and then this is like my first, opportunity. Well, this is my second time coming through this part. I don't think I came through this part of New Mexico, but I have been through New Mexico before. But
yeah,
just seeing some of the historical landmarks and places where some of these things took place is kind of crazy.
just the term cowboy itself, man, came from them referring to us.
Now hold on. Now you gotta break this down. Gotta break this down.
Yeah. So the term cowboy, man, came from uh, black folks. One of the jobs we could get, man, out west was working with cattle. Because they didn't want us working with the horses, right? So they had a term for black guys to keep them subservient. They called us boys, not unlike their white counterparts in the East. They called us boys, so we wouldn't think we were men.
Mm.
So they would say, man, a boy, go work that cow, boy. And so the black folks started working with the cows, and like everything else we do, we tend to master it. And the term grew, and the term cowboy came from that term, because the people that work with the horses were called wranglers. And if you ever watch that show, Yellowstone, you'll see.
Oh man, that's my shit. That's my shit. Yellowstone, it is.
And they talk about that difference. They talk about the difference between a cowboy and a wrangler. Wrangler worked with
Now,
with
now, now, hold on. Now you throwing a curveball here for those who don't know. So now all this time, like I said, those who know, like we all heard the term cowboy. We've all heard that, and we know that that's more of a considered a Western thing. But so you mean to tell me after all these years, all this time passed, that's really a term, like you said, that was used as a negative but now
Yeah.
they seem like they have embraced it. Not only embraced it, seem like they pretty much just
Stole
stole it. They stole it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
say.
And that's what they do. I mean, they did the same thing with the Lone Ranger. I'm sure you heard of the Lone Ranger
Oh yeah, yeah.
with the sidekick Tonto and the horse named Silver. Well,
Right.
the actual Lone Ranger was a black man by the name of Baz Reeves.
Okay. Now I have heard of Bass Reeves, and I think I've heard of that connection, but I guess you can run it down a little bit more for me because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, yeah.
yeah. Baz Reeves was the first African American marshal. Bad
Oh,
man,
you know
I
what?
tell you. Huh?
It was a show I watched a couple years back. Cause now that's why it's coming to me. It was a show. I forgot the actor's name, but he
Yeah, the
played
same one that
Bass Reeves.
played in yeah.
He played Bass
Uncle
Reeves in the
Johnson.
show.
Yeah, he did. And
Okay.
that show was based on reality. Because Bass Reeves, man, they said Bass Reeves' shooting skills, man, they said he could pluck a damn kernel of corn off a cow's ear at 200 yards
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
without missing a beat. Without missing a beat. You hear me? They said he's killed more people than any cowboy or any outlaw known.
Mm.
And all his killings was righteous killings because he hunted outlaws. That's what he did. He was a marshal. And he did it very well. Very well. And do you know, to this day, man, there's not even as much as a gravestone mark that marks his grave, man. Because of what
Bass
happened,
Reeves.
Reconstruction came in, man, and they was like, man, we can't have no black uh marshals. What are y'all thinking, man? And they fired the man after 40 some years. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. This man loved his job so much, man. His son was wanted for murder. Basri said, I'll go get him.
Damn.
He got his son, locked his son up, paid for his son to get a lawyer. But he told his son, he said, "Man, you're guilty. You going to jail. You gonna die. They're gonna hang you." And they did. They did just that. And Bass Reeves grew up with that type of mentality, like I got to do the right thing. I always got to do the right thing, And was a hell of a guy, man. Hell of a guy. If anybody out there listening, I urge you to just Google Bass Reeves. You'll see the life story. It's right there in front of you. Because that's the only way you're gonna know about it. Because other folks they're not trying to erase our history. They're trying to deny our history. So then you got sellouts like Stephen A. I ain't even going there. That's going down.
But that reminds me of that this movie I watched. I know you watched it before too. We talked about it probably a month ago or so, maybe 2 months ago. I don't know. It's been a while, but what is it? The Harder They Fall with Jay-Z. Jay-Z producer. That's an excellent. If y'all never seen
Jay-Z, hold on.
The Harder They Fall. Yeah, well, I'm just giving it for the people. Tomato.
That's Regina King's movie.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to get to it. That see now look, we talking cowboy shit. You putting the cart before the horse now. You putting the cart before the horse.
I had to because you said, but I had to,
But for those who don't, because people wouldn't. The reason why I brought him up was I know people wouldn't put the two together. They wouldn't probably expect Jay-Z to produce a cowboy flick, but it's actually a good one though. It's a good one.
It's a very good one.
Yeah, and like you said, Regina King produced it, and she stars in it along with Idris Elba, Lakeith, what's his name, Lakeith Lakefield, whatever his name is. Jonathan Majors and Idris Elba. And Deion Cole is in there too. Deion Cole got a funny scene in there.
And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now about that movie. Yes, the movie was fiction, pure fiction, but it used real life characters. The characters in it was true characters, people that actually lived, like Stage
Right.
Matt Love. All these kind of people, they actually lived and participated in that Wild West mantra. And that whole movie was dedicated to Chadwick Boseman. Let's not forget that.
Oh yeah.
It was undercover, but
and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he would have had a role in that had he been alive because he loves playing black historical figures, you know. So
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he would have been in that joint. But
I'm sure he would have. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you another thing that's I think that kind of sparked something because just what was it last year or maybe 2 years at this point in time? You're moving so damn fast that Beyonce had came up with the when she started doing country music, right? And it was a big
Right.
thing about some of the country music fans said that she didn't belong, but not understanding that's exactly where country music came from black folks. So she didn't, step into a lane she didn't belong in. The girl is from Houston, and I think that kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I would, in my mind, would think that's what probably Jay-Z being a part of that movie probably sparked their interest and probably, kind of pushed her in that direction. Say, you know what, let me do this country music and try that on.
It's possible.
But
It's possible. It's
I could just see that being happen,
It's possible. I can see that happening as well. Although Beyonce's family, her mom and dad was real big into Houston history.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, they're from Houston, so I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she went to some rodeos before, you know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But speaking of rodeos, man, there's a guy named Bill Pickett, man, and he don't get his credit, man. When you go to a rodeo and you see them wrestle a cow down and they tie his legs up, man, that's called bulldogging. That was invented by Bill Pickett, a black cowboy. You know what I mean? And so we would do well to start recognizing our heroes who lived and died and folks try to erase from history and steal their thunder.
oh yeah.
There's a program, man, called High Horse, done by Jordan Peele. Excellent program, man. Excellent program. And you got people from all backgrounds talking in the program, man. It's a documentary about how they stole the history from black people, man. The whole
You know what?
boy.
And I find that interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because it just sparked my mind. Like, we just talking about what the movie High Horse, and Idris Elba is in that movie, but he's also in another movie.
No, it was just Elba was in The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, what I say just now?
High Horse.
Yeah, not High Horse. You're right.
Yeah.
Harder They Fall. He was in The Harder They Fall, but he's also in another movie called Concrete Cowboy. Now, did he just get, because
a true story, which is also a true story.
Right, exactly. And he's not
Modern.
the thing about that is he's not even from the States.
No, he's not. He's
But
from
obviously,
England.
obviously he got an affinity for, some black history over here in the States. But Concrete Cowboy, right? Again, like you said, it's a more of a modern, I don't want to say modern take, because it's actual take of some actual events that took place in Philadelphia. And
That's still
that
taking place.
yeah.
Be real. Yeah.
And what I come to find out was some of the actors that's in that movie are actual people that
horse club
of that horse club up in Philadelphia. So that's another for those who listening. If you watch Harder They Fall, if you watch High Horse, he just mentioned High Horse, and Concrete Cowboy, it'll kind of catch you up to just the history, the rich history that we have when it comes to being a cowboy, I guess, but it's definitely something that was ours and that was stolen. And because I think for a lot of us, even myself, had I not watched some of these movies and this didn't have some type of just references from reading to to some of these things, I wouldn't have known. Because when I came up, like I said, like I'm old and shit, but my father had me watching, all the Western films only had white folks in it. Let's keep it a buck. Like it was only white folks in those films,
That's right. My favorite was Bonanza, man. It was only white folks in that film.
Yeah. I wouldn't even remember that. But
the Man Who Shot Liberty Valance had a black man in it who also happened to be one of the first black NFL players.
And you know what's something else that's crazy that I found out? that I had to look it up. It's from another. Damn, everything kind of has a connection. Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
He did a movie called Nope. If y'all remember that about Nope, it made it alluded to some Western stuff. And remember, it was a black man and his son. When the movie started off, they was on a horse. They was on horseback.
Yeah.
But Keke Palmer, Keke Palmer, her character mentioned something that the very first movie, historical film ever in history, motion picture, was a film of a black man riding a horse. That's crazy.
It was actually a drawing. Excuse me. It was actually a drawing where where they drew a picture of a black man riding a horse, and then they started fanning it. You know, like they put pictures on top of each other, and they've kind of fanned it like you fan through a book.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Movement, and that's how first motion pictures came about.
That's crazy.
You know, and that was about a black man, just like the first movie camera. The very first movie camera for us to go to movies and see. You know, they give it to Thomas Edison, but just like the light bulb, Thomas Edison didn't do it. His understudy, Lewis Latimer, did it. Lewis Latimer invented the projector, the film projector, just like he invented the filament that goes in a light bulb. A light bulb won't work without a filament. So yeah, while Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, he needed that filament that Lewis Latimer did, because every time Thomas Edison used the light bulb, it blew up. He couldn't figure out why.
Now look, this is a great connection and a good segue, because you're talking about inventions, right?
Yeah.
Now, I passed through earlier. This is much earlier in the day. This is like early this morning. And, I mean, it's still kind of early, I guess, depending. It's like 10:20 here in New Mexico, 10:20 a.m., right? So I passed through, and guess where I'm at right now? Guess where I'm at? And guess where I'm at, bro? I'm in
Hondo.
now I'm in Roswell. I am in Roswell. And anybody know
New Mexico?
Yeah, man. And anybody know me? No, I have a thing for like aliens, UFOs, and stuff like that, because I just believe in it. But anyway, if I see something, I'm gonna definitely pull over. But I'm gonna get back to my point from earlier. I passed through. This is a good one of the wonderful things about doing a live podcast, rolling podcast, is seeing things while while we're talking. But I passed through White Sands missile range, or it's where they test missiles at. Now, when you talked about inventions, it kind of sparked my brain right back to that. That's where Oppenheimer, if y'all ever seen the movie Oppenheimer, that's where he was testing some of the atomic bombs at, right? Now, I went through there earlier. I got some footage of that as well. Now, that, again, segue into some cowboy shit. We was talking, and the show, I said, damn, because season 2 of Fallout just came out. If anybody ever watched that show, that's an excellent show. It's basically everything kind of connects in this episode, as you see. It's from a group of video game engineers that created a game called Fallout, and they're based out of Bethesda, Maryland. That pretty much DC area. That's where me and Dale is from. But so in the movie not the movie, the series Fallout is based on some cowboy shit. It's based on some cowboy shit, which is funny, and it's based on like fallout shelters and atomic bombs and all that. But I passed right through that area earlier, and it's crazy that that's what it is. So I'm looking forward to season 2. I'm about to start that soon. The Fallout. If y'all never seen that, that's an excellent show. Yeah, check that one out. Yeah, man.
And look at here. If you go near Area 51, keep it moving, dog. Don't stop. No, sir. Don't stop. Take your pictures or whatever you got to do, but get on out of there, man, because the feds ain't playing about that.
Look, I got Looky on, and I just had my camera rolling.
There you go. That's it. Yes, sir.
But I don't plan on stopping anyway. I mean, if I see something that I can get away with, yeah, I'd do it. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a daredevil. I say, look, I had to pee, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I had to pee, man. What the fuck you want me to do? But yeah. If anybody know about Roswell, it's a what's his name? His name, I can see his face. Bob Lanier. Go look up Bob Lanier. This is why DL saying keep it moving. This is exactly why he's saying keep it moving. If you ever go watch go look up Bob Lanier on YouTube, and he was a guest a couple times on what's his name? Podcast. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the space guy, the physics dude.
No. What's the and I listen to his ass all the goddamn time. Listen to us all the time.
You talking about what's his name? I can't think of his
Name
I know
escaping
exactly
me.
what you're talking about.
And can see his face.
Very popular.
Yeah.
Not Daniel. Not
The
Daniel
biggest
White.
podcaster in the world. This is all you gotta say that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The
Not
biggest.
Jake
I know
out there before Jake Paul.
Jake Paul ain't no podcast.
Dana White. I keep wanting to say Dana White. What's his name, man?
I can see his face clear as day. But anyway,
His brother did Fear Factor.
no, he did Fear Factor. He ain't got no brother. That was him.
Okay.
Y'all know who we talking about anyway, because I don't even want to get hung up on a nigga name. But his ass, right?
Yeah.
He did a show because I know that those who listen, they gonna know exactly who we talking about. They're gonna be like, y'all know his name and whatever. And I listen to him all the time, but for whatever reason, his name is escaping mine. But he interviewed Bob Lanier, I think, a couple times, and what Bob Lanier says, he definitely comes off as very believable. So when we talk about Roswell, Area 51, and all of that, he worked there, and supposedly, I mean, allegedly, that's what he said. But I believe him. You know, I don't think he has a reason to lie. And the things that he pretty much says is very it seems to be credible. But the reason why people and this look, I think that's the little Joe Rogan. And I just passed the little radio place. This is what's so crazy about coming through places like this. I just passed the radio place that was dedicated to talking about all the UFO shit that goes on out here.
Yeah.
I just passed that place. So anyway, yeah, Joe Rogan interviewed him a couple times, and a very interesting interview. Both of them. But Bob Lanier said that he pretty much was blacklisted and blackballed from society pretty much from so like they wouldn't let him get an ID and nothing. They pretty much deleted his whole existence except for physically.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So basically because he worked there and he was saying everything that, you know, he seen and witnessed. I'm passing some alien shit now. You know, they got all the signs out here.
Yeah.
You know that. So yeah, interesting stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so all this stuff kind of ties into each other, right? And what's crazy about even the alien shit, and as I'm driving past through this, you see a bunch of, you know, cattle on the side of the road, and this is where a lot of those cattle mutilations was taking place at out here.
Yep. That's it. And Area 51 is not only supposedly where UFO vehicles actually crashed and where they're supposedly actually stored. Trump buys Netflix. What the?
Man, what you watching?
Anyway, it just came up on my phone. But you know, that takes says World Business Watch. Anyway, I'm going to investigate that later. But what I was saying was that you know, if you think about it, Area 51 was not only for alien aircraft, supposed aliens and all that. It was also a top secret military base where they was, if I'm not mistaken, where they was testing the nuclear warheads for the atomic bomb.
Oh, okay.
Also, yeah. So that area you're in has a lot of history because it was very unpopulated at one time. You know, New Mexico's a desert.
Right, right, right.
You know, I've driven through New Mexico. I've driven through Nevada. That's if you don't know that America got deserts, then I urge you to go to those two states, Arizona.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about a lot of
Desert.
yeah, that's what's crazy about a lot of this stuff that people probably don't know is that a lot of this stuff is just so like deserted. You wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know
That's it.
until you come out here and it's
Like the Continental Divide, man. Look, I hate the Continental Divide largely because it's so damn wide. I think it took you about 400 miles to drive through the Continental Divide. So it's crazy. It's
But
crazy.
yeah, getting out here though, you definitely see some interesting things, man.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. It really truly is. You see some stuff and you wouldn't, like I said, you wouldn't know, or you just wouldn't notice or just wouldn't see it unless you came through somewhere like this.
That's right.
I'm trying to find somewhere where I can actually turn now. I don't think I could turn here. Let me see if I could. When you go down the wrong road out here,
Been there, done that. Been there,
Yep.
done that.
had to find somewhere safety to turn. That
Every trucker's been there, done that.
oh yeah, it's going. Look, you out here driving, you going to definitely take a wrong turn somewhere, or miss a turn.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. But you know,
Buc-ee's announces plans to build the world's largest convenience store.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that.
trucks.
Yeah, the one. I think it's about time they do that.
Well, no, they yeah. Are they going to include trucks?
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I said I think it's about time they do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, I ain't got nothing against Buc-ee's. I ain't never been to Buc-ee's, but they don't have truck parking except for two.
Buc-ee's is actually pretty.
in Texas.
Buc-ee's is actually pretty dope. I actually enjoy it. The food is pretty good. The atmosphere. The thing about it is, once you go, you would notice the atmosphere. It seems as if it's made for trucking. That's the thing. I think that's why truckers are looking at it like, why don't they make parking for trucking?
Right.
Because it's definitely
But I
type
will
of
tell you
atmosphere
this.
for it.
I will tell you this. I went to a spot called the Tennessean.
Uh-huh.
Is a spot that Dolly Parton is bought into, and she's rebranding it. They're rebranding it to include her in it. That's a hell of a truck stop.
The Tennessee. Oh yeah, that's right. You did. You told me about that. Did you
Yeah.
Then you get some footage or something on your
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Go to my channel. Go to my channel. You'll see some footage of it. It's
Well,
a-
what's your channel, DL, so people would know?
my channel is the Funky Trucker Man, your old school Sigma. That's the short answer. The real answer is it's the Lion's Den presents.
And that's
It's the name of my
and that's
YouTube.
LYONSDEN. Lions Den.
Yes. DENS. Yeah.
DENS.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. LYONS. LYO.
You gonna confuse the people, man.
DEN. My
Right.
bad. You know I'm old. LYN. LYON. LYONDEN. LYONSDEN. LYONSDEN. That whole Trump thing just threw me off for a second.
Did it? But go. Let's get into that because I don't. You know, I'm moving. So you saying he bought Netflix, or is that like some? He ain't buy no fucking Netflix, man.
I'm great. Let's see if that's real or
There's no way.
it's maniacs. Let's see.
It ain't no fucking way, man.
Let's see. Trump buys
All trucks, livestock, haulers. Okay, this a little truck area, stopping area right here.
Okay. Trump purchased Netflix, Warner Brothers in days after deal announcement. Oh, dog, this is real.
You sure that's real?
It's on CNN.
Man, hold up,
Trump
man.
investments to reignite concerns around potential conflict. Donald Trump. Let me. It's coming up now. Let me pull it up.
Man, it can't be.
Recent Trump investments reignite concerns around potential conflicts of interest. President Donald Trump purchased up to $2 million.
Oh, he bought some stock into it.
Warner Brothers. Discovery Investments days after the announcement of a mega deal between the two media giants, among other purchases.
Oh, he bought some bonds in it. Okay, I see what he
did.
did.
White House renewing questions from other. Yeah, he bought into it.
Gotcha. I'm about to say, because there ain't no damn way he had that much goddamn money. Ain't no way. But anyway.
Yeah, okay, good. I can keep watching it then for a minute anyway.
This nigga say you can keep watching it. You gonna boycott? You gonna say, oh, I ain't buying this. I ain't watching this shit.
Because I don't support that joke under no circumstances.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah,
I definitely can dig it.
And that what brings me up. Can I mention Stephen A. for a second, dog?
Just there, of course. Go ahead. Of course.
So, Renee Nicole Good, a member of the LGBT community and all of that. And
oh, the woman that was
unalived in Minnesota.
Okay, got you. All right. And real quick, and that's when my last location is I'm going from this trucking shit. I'm picking up in Texas, and then I'm headed to Minnesota. That's one of my stops, and my last stop is in Illinois. But go ahead.
Yeah. So in Minnesota, that's what all the protests have been about, because a ICE agent took it upon himself to try to stop a moving car and order somebody out of it. That's against the law, the way the law is written today. At any rate, not saying she was right, not saying he was wrong, not saying he was right and she was wrong. But I am saying, Stephen A., you said that he acted within the law. Dude, that's like saying, shut up and dribble. The fact of the matter is, I could never argue Stephen A. Smith when it comes to sports. I just couldn't do it. He has too much information and has too many revenues of research. But now he's stepping into a realm that's not his. He needs to mind his fucking business and shut the fuck up. That's what he needs to do if he's going to talk about how ICE agents unalived somebody who is an American citizen. Talking about she was fleeing. Well, you had no right to stop her anyway. And even if she was, the law says that you cannot fire into a moving vehicle. That's the law.
Right.
Pure and simple.
And I think anybody with common sense, when you see the film or the footage of it, it's easy to take away, like
she was turning away from him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that to say, if that's gonna be justified, that means anytime someone is in a vehicle and they accelerate and the officer is anywhere near the vehicle, and they don't have to be in direct path, because he didn't appear to be in direct path at all to me. And they can, so now every time that's going to be, so now they will purposely put themselves on the side of a vehicle and say what they always say: I fear for my life.
Which happened a couple days after that in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
Just a few days afterwards.
They can always say that. That's the thing. They can always say that because if the car is moving and you're anywhere in the vicinity of the vehicle,
it's not about just killing black folks. Now it's about killing anybody that disagrees with Trump policies.
All right. Well,
which makes us a fascist nation.
There you go. There you go. And
I just wanted to put that out there, man.
Oh no, it's all good.
Hard on Stephen A. I think he should be terminated from ESPN. I really do. I really do. I think he should be terminated and blackballed.
Well, that's the thing. I get it. I ain't knocking it because I've been that rock. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I take him for what he is. I already know he's a what we call a coon, a sambo. I already know that. Like he's been, and coincidentally, who made it obvious was a white guy named Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman, and that's the reason. That's the reason why Max Kellerman is not on First Take anymore. Because because Max, he called him out on it, and not even calling him out on it. Really, he just made his point, and it just put Stephen A. obviously on the complete opposite side of what was right and what was wrong. Yeah, but and then what's my man name? Terrell Owens called him out on it and said,
And you know, since we're talking about it, you know, I gotta keep history up front and foremost. You know, I heard Stephen A. say the other day, so now they want to call me an Uncle Tom. I said, no, see, there you go again, talking about what you the hell you don't know, Stephen A. I would never call you an Uncle Tom because, see, I know exactly what an Uncle Tom is. I read the book, okay? And there's a lot of my brothers and sisters that don't know that might call you an Uncle Tom because they are ignorant to what Uncle Tom really is. Uncle Tom was a character in the book Uncle Tom's Cabin that was based on a brother by the name of Josiah Henson. Yes, as in Taraji P. Henson. Yes, a definite distant relation. Uh, Also relation to Matthew Henson, who discovered the North Pole. Josiah Henson came from a town called Nanjamoy, Maryland, which is a few miles up the road from Port Tobacco, Maryland, a few miles up the road from La Plata, Maryland, and Waldorf, all of that. Anyway, he was the inspiration for the Uncle Tom character in the book. Now, the Uncle Tom character in the book was not a house Negro, Master We Sick. He was not one of those kind of people. He was the type of person that would let other slaves escape and he do their work. So Master wouldn't even know they were gone. But in fact, helping them to escape by doing their work and keeping the plantation on the work on the plantation going, so nobody knew that they was didn't have as many slaves as they thought they did.
basically gave him a good head start, huh?
Gave him a great head start, and that's the kind of guy Josiah Henson was. He also took whippings for other slaves who
So basically,
he felt
you
had
try.
gotten too much.
So basically,
Hold on.
so basically, you trying to say Stephen A. ain't no Uncle Tom?
Nah, he ain't no Uncle Tom. He ain't no Uncle Tom. Stephen A. is a coon. He's a rat's ass. In fact, Stephen A. is what I would call a sell out. That's with a capital
Oh yeah.
ELL.
Oh yeah.
OUT. A
And
black Judas.
and if you
Black Judas.
and if anybody
got Fred
and if
Hampton killed.
and if anybody noticed Stephen A. stances for the last, I don't know, last year, he's been riding the fence. Now, here's just my interpretation of what's probably happening with him, right? I think at some point he wants to run for some type of political office. It's kind of obvious at this point because if you look at his not First Take, the Stephen A. Smith show, his podcast, it's politically based, and now he's having these little tidbits with different
down on Jasmine Crockett.
Politicians.
Joy
So
Reid and everybody else. Yeah.
so he's and of course he don't want to say he's on Trump's side because now you look like a true sellout, and he's definitely not calling himself a Democrat. So I think he's trying to align himself somewhere in the middle where he can kind of straddle the fence and basically play it safe.
Now,
but who knows?
You a male, right? And I'm a male, right? And what happens when we straddle the fence?
You motherfucker get your motherfucking nuts hit.
And that's what's happening. That's why somebody should have told his ass, you don't straddle, black men don't straddle the fence, Stephen A.
Yeah.
You don't want that or the other.
Yeah.
Like what's that clown's name? He used to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I can't stand him. Herschel Walker.
Oh yeah.
He didn't straddle the fence, man. I
Nah,
got respect for Herschel.
Nah, he was all the way on the other side.
because he was all the way on the other side. I got respect for him for that. He was a clown, yes. Uneducated, yes. A woman abuser, absolutely. Ass licker, hell yeah. But he knew what side he wanted to be on, and he chose that side. Stephen A., choose your side, dog. Don't keep trying to act like you cool with us. You got mad with LeBron because LeBron stood up for his son. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't like LeBron as a basketball player. You know, you and I have talked about this before. I don't think he should be considered a GOAT or none of that. I don't like him on the court. But off the court, I think he's a hell of a guy. Definitely a hell of a businessman. Definitely a hell of a philanthropist. Definitely a hell of a family man. So I don't know of a black man who's going to let you, who's a hell of a father, by the way. I don't know of a black man who's going to allow you to disrespect their son, whether it's professionally or personally. So he spoke about it. I don't think he was wrong. You came out and said, well, you know, I was doing my job.
But you know, no. Let me tell you.
I think Stephen A. Let me just get this out. I think Stephen A. was right for, you know, because he was talking about it in terms of his sports and all of that. I get it. I thought both of y'all was right. Two things could be right at the same time, right? However, you made the statement, you from Compton, like that's supposed to carry some weight. Like you ain't supposed to, like you ain't scared. Nigga, see, I ain't scared either. What
he from New York. He from Queens.
I know he's from New York, but he said he was from Compton.
Who said that? Who's from Compton?
Stephen A. I know he's from New York. But when that whole thing went down with LeBron, like when LeBron
maybe he misspoke. Because he definitely
misspeak like he normally does. He definitely misspoke. Like he normally does, but they're trying to say that he's from this thorough area, which makes him thorough.
Got you. Well, here's the thing with Stephen A., this is why, you know, I know he be talking out the side of his neck, right?
Yeah.
Because back when Skip Bayless was on when he was on First Take.
Yes.
It was a debate thing going on then. Really, what drove the debate in the divide between Michael Jordan and LeBron was First Take at that time, and the reason why was because Skip Bayless, for sure fact, undoubtedly took Michael Jordan as the undisputed GOAT, and the only one on that show that was saying LeBron was the GOAT at that time was Stephen A. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was always their argument. And that's why I always find it funny that all of a sudden, when I guess he flipped the script because I guess LeBron wouldn't give him an interview or some shit. Who knows? I just find it funny that and then when Shannon Sharp left Undisputed and became an analysis and host not for First Take. When he came on First Take as a host. He took the LeBron side, and then Stephen A. took the Jordan side, which I found it funny because when Shannon Sharp was on Undisputed, he was rooting for LeBron then, and of course Skip Bayless, who was the ex-host of First Take, now Undisputed, he was still going for Jordan. So it seemed like when Shannon Sharp became a member of, after Max Kellerman left and he became a member of First Take, they switched roles. You see what I'm saying? Meaning Stephen A. Smith started to say, oh no, Jordan the GOAT, which I thought it was some bullshit. I mean, it's good for TV. We understand that. It's good for TV, but how you going to be riding one man's coattail and then switch just because you got a change in the host? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I always find it, funny that, what you can see that Stephen A., he really has no backbone and he's a flip-flopper. You know what I mean? So he's going to go, that's all it really comes down to. That, and I mean, you can see it in his character, though. It's not even hard to assess and take away from.
Facts.
It's who he is. You know what I mean? So he definitely has the makeup of a politician. He's going to flip-flop. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. So one day he's going to feel this way about it, and then when it becomes unpopular, he's going to feel the opposite way about it. So that's what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So can't put nothing past him. But
that's a fact.
Yeah, so we're gonna end this episode here. And I want y'all to follow us on OTF Global, on YouTube, Spotify, YouTube Music. That's where you can find this podcast at. Pretty much any platform that has a podcast. And every once in a while, me and DL, we do a video. We're gonna definitely, for season 2 coming up, we definitely gonna try to get more of those in, more video content. But you can always check out DL content on the Funky Trucker Man and the Lions Den. That's LYONSBEN. I'm your boy Blek, and you can check out more of my cultural takes on Out the Frame podcast. And of course, again, the Rolling Podcast, #1 Rolling Podcast is OTF Global. We out.
And be sure, hold on, be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, do that. That goes without saying. Peace.
Sir. Deuces.